Hello everyone, it is Zelendis, and today I am going to showcase all of the legendary weapons, shields, and rings that you get from either the Echo Knight, the end chest at the end of the Crucible, and you can also get these items from the Pestilence area bosses. So let's get on into it. First weapon I'm going to go over is the Bleeder's Delight. So it's got Tornado Spin, Dual Flurry, Scream, Poise Shield. And then it's got normal attack damage increase 30% for 6 seconds after charged attack, so that's pretty cool. Attack speed increase 20% for 10 seconds after a kill. So running does not decrease stamina. Pretty awesome. It seems like you can make a nice little nimble build with this. So let's see what their attack pattern and stuff like that is. So let me switch back. So does it have a charge attack? No charge attack, but it is pretty quick. Alright, see if it has a, see its full moveset. So that's pretty cool. And then let's look at their rune abilities. Well, that's pretty cool. Got some stabby action. The Scream, I know what the Scream does. Actually, no, that's the push one. Pretty sure that pushes them. Anyway, let's check out the poise. Let me go into my character and see how much poise it actually gives you. So I got 12 poise. Let's see how much it actually gives you. Holy crap! That's a lot of poise. 37, went from 12 to 37. Wow, I didn't expect that. I might actually use it as a buff. Anyway, that is it for the daggers. Pretty awesome. I haven't made a build around them yet, but I will probably consider it pretty soon. So, and then we got the Dawn Never Comes. Now, these were a huge pain in the butt to farm. I've killed the boss about 500 times and only got one of these. So this is the rarest one that I have, so anyway, let's put it on. They're not exactly the greatest, in my opinion. But, yeah. Gain 1 of 3 tolls for 15 seconds after damage taken. So you have to take damage in order to trigger these tolls. The first toll is damage increase 20%. Then the second is the lifesteal increase 20%. And the third one is damage taken increased 20%. So yeah, I'm not exactly sure what the whole build thing is around this. But anyway, let me show you. Does it have a charge attack? No charge attack. Alright, let's see its full combo. Okay, it does a little kick at the end. Pretty awesome. So let's see its little rune ability here. Alright. Pretty okay. I like this. I like the sweeping attacks. It's pretty nice. I'll have to experiment with this later and see if I can actually make something work with these, but not too impressive. Alright, then we got the bow. I've kind of featured the bow a little bit before, but here are the stats. Heat damage increased 20% for 6 seconds after using a cold skill, and then cold damage increase after using a fire skill. So gain 30% stamina on damage dodge. So these are actually gonna be good when they make the switch back to where arrows cost stamina again. We can actually take advantage of that 30% stamina on damage dodge. So basically, let me switch back to the bow. So we got our normal shot, and pretty soon that is going to be costing stamina again when they release their patch or whatever. And then we got this move. And then we got our flame shot, and then we got our cold shot. And you can make some decent builds out of these, but it would be best to focus on one. Either you're going full fire or you're going full cold. But anywho, not bad. Evasive shot is actually pretty strong too. But yeah, you can make a decent build out of this bow. So let's go to the shields here. So we got the Falsteads Barricade. This is a great shield for making a reflect build, a tanky reflect build. Very nice shield actually. And let me show you guys what it actually looks like. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. No, I can't actually move when I have it fully out. You are locked in. Alright, so let's go to the Glimmering Bulwark. Now, you can get these off of the bosses, and you can also craft the white version of the Glimmering Bulwark and enchant it, and it'll automatically turn into a legendary. That's what I found out. I'm not sure about all the other stuff, but that's what I know about this shield particularly, because I have the recipe for it. So, can we move? Yes, we can move with it. And its effects, its effects are gain enlightenment for 6 seconds after parry. Rune damage increased 20% while enlightened. And focus gain increased 30% while enlightened. Now, this shield actually pairs really well with this wand, because the wand gained enlightenment for 6 seconds after inflicting shock buildup. So if you're making a shock buildup, you can always trigger everything on this wand, plus you can trigger everything on this shield. So you're going to get that extra focus gain increase and your rune damage increase. But the only bad thing is well, you have to have the wand to really capitalize on it, and the focus gain doesn't really help us out too much. The damage taken decrease is pretty decent, but anywho, that's what shield does. It's pretty nice, but it works really well with the wand. So, and then we have the Heart's Desire, regenerate health while blocking. So that is pretty nice. Healing increase. So if you're making some kind of healing build or lifesteal and like life on kill and stuff, this can be pretty nice shield. So let me show you guys what it looks like. Can we walk with it? Yes, we can walk with it. So that is it for that. Now let's talk about the Midnight Blade, a one-handed knife. So it's got lightning slam, electric enchant, piercing dodge, and blink. So it's got shock buildup increase 50% for 5 seconds after inflicting shock buildup. That is actually pretty dang nice. Then we got 30% focus on parry, refill focus on backstab. So you're gonna have to kind of utilize both of those if you want to fully take advantage of it. I'm not sure exactly how good this would really be. I haven't really made a build around it, but anyhow, let me show you guys the movesets on here. So does it have a charge attack? No charge attack. Alright, let's see its full combo. Okay, so it seems that if you had more, I think if you had more stamina, you can actually continue the combo even longer, but I don't have enough stamina to do that, and I am very sorry, guys. So, anywho, let's see its electric move here. Alright, that is really cool. I like that. And then we can enchant our weapon with lightning. That just turns all of our physical damage into lightning. Okay, that's its other move. What is that called? Piercing dodge. Okay, so it steps back and does like a slash up. And then we got blink. Everybody knows blink. That's what blink does. So pretty cool. I like them. Wouldn't mind trying to do a build around it, especially with the 50% shock buildup. Pretty nice. Then we have the Sinew. So this is a rapier. It's got piercing spin, piercing flurry, channel, and pulse of health. And it's got lifesteal increase 25%, damage increase 30% against low health enemies, and it's got refill stamina on parry. So let's check it out. It's actually pretty big rapier. So let's see if it has a charge attack. Okay, it does. Okay, let's see if it has a followed up charge attack after that. Okay, I think seems like it swipes up after. Alright, let's see its full combo. Okay, let's see if it has a run. Okay, so it's got a poke after you run. I should have probably covered the runs after. Sorry, I kind of missed the run moves. Alright, let's see. It's... Okay, so that's that. Oh, I think it's thundering like crazy out. Let's see its little flurry move. Oh, that's pretty interesting. And then we got a channel. Alright, I believe that gives you focus, if I am remembering correctly. Channel. And then we got Pulse of Health. Oh, okay, yeah, you channel your health and then it converts into focus. I forgot about that. And then we got the, I think the pulsing health just kind of heals you. Yeah. Alright, so let's look at the Proud Lance. Here is the Proud Lance. There's pretty big. Pretty big, so let's see if it has a charge attack. Yes, it does. Oh, it's got a second charge attack after a follow-up, so that's pretty nice. 2 charge attacks you can do with that, so you can make a charge build, definitely. So, electric damage infused after sprinting for 4 seconds. Electric damage increased 40% and movement speed 10%. It's got lightning dash, knockdown, swirl, reap, and pulse of health. So, let's sprint for 4 seconds. Okay, so it's charged up. Let's see its regular attacks. Very nice. Get forward stabs and you get some swipes in there. Let's see its charge. Okay, that's really nice. Let's heal up a bit. Ooh, I like that one. And then we have the reap. Oh, that's nice. That looks very fancy. Very fancy. Let's see what the charged attack does. Okay, so a nice little thrusty move right there. So that is the Proud Lance. Could definitely make some nice builds out of that. I personally haven't yet. Falsteads Fury. I've used this quite a lot as a stat stick for my bow, because you get a lot of juicy enchantments on here. So damage increased 20% against large enemies. Damage increased 30% at full health. Then max health increased 20% and deal 30% damage on parry. It's got triple swipe, kick slash, crushing slam, and damage surge. So this thing has quite a bit of utility to it. So here's what it looks like. Pretty nice. It's kind of crazy that this is a one-hander. So anywho, everybody knows damage surge. It gives you 10% extra damage. And here's its X move. Here's the Y. Oh, that one's pretty cool. I like that one. That's its B. That's pretty nice, pretty nice. I like it. Alright, let's see if it has a charged attack. And it has a follow-up. Okay. Oh, so it's got 3 charge attacks to it. Pretty nice. See if it's got a charge. Or a running hit. Alright. Let's see its full combo. Pretty nice. It's pretty quick too. Very nice. Alright, let's use the Wind of Death. So it's got Plague Swirl, Jump Cut, Slashing Dash, Twirl Dash. Damage increase by up to 60% based on missing health. So this would definitely be a low life build. And then damage, dodge stamina cost decreased by 30%. Okay. Lose 5% health on damage dealt. Okay. So you're gonna have to really get some lifesteal in there and really watch your health a bit. Alright, let's see what it looks like. Ooh, pretty fancy. Pretty fancy. Let's see if it has a running attack. Alright, it does. See if it's got a charge. Okay, it does not have a charge. Alright, let's see its regular attack pattern. Oh, that's pretty cool. It's got a lot of attacks to it. Alright. Let's see its X. Oh, there's a really long animation right there. Alright, see its Y. Alright. And then let's see the B. Alright, it's got some range on that. And then the A. Nice little twirl right there. Alright, pretty nice. I'm not sure exactly if it's good or bad. I haven't done anything around that yet. But it seems interesting. It could be good, it could be bad, I don't know. Then we got the Tarnished Wand. This is the second rarest item that I think. One of the legendaries. Second rarest, so it pairs well, like I said, with the shield. And it's got it's got Charge Bolt, Static, and then Lightning Bolt. Then gain enlightenment for 6 seconds after inflicting shock buildup. I'm sorry about that. And then stamina cost decreased 30% while enlightened, and damage taken decreased 20% while enlightened. So we're going to equip the shield, and we're going to do the static, which is this one. So this infuses you with like lightning, and it will shock like nearby enemies around you. And here is probably one of the coolest moves I've seen in a while, which is like Thunderbolt move. And that's the X, and then we got the lightning bolt there, which is pretty nice. I'm not sure if you can charge that. Let me do that again. Okay. Yeah, you can't charge that. And you can't charge that either. Alright. But this static move is actually really nice. You could definitely use the static move for like a bow build too, and get some extra damage out of that. So it's a nice enchant to have that static move. Other than that, all the moves are really strong. I have used it a little bit, especially Charge Bolt, really strong. It's got like a little shotgun effect to it. But yeah, pretty nice. Very good wand. Very good runes in it. Then we got the Fetid Club. Now I have made a build on this one, very early access build on the Fetid Club, but its damage increased 10% on current weight. Then it's got damage taken decreased 20% while charging, which is pretty nice. And then refill stamina on staggering an enemy. Now this used to have stagger damage on it, if I remember correctly. I think they took that off. But this was a really nice staggering weapon. But anyway, let me show you its movesets. So here's its running attack. Here's its charged attack. Let me heal up a bit. It's got follow-up charge. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. And here's its full combo. Okay, I'm pretty sure it can do more. I just don't have the stamina for it. I'm sorry. Here's its X. That one's really nice. Then we got the Y. And then we got the B move. That one you gotta be careful using around cliffs. And then we got its A. That one used to do a lot of stagger damage. I don't know if they kept that in or not. But all in all, this is really good CLUD for making a bonk build. I like it a lot. But I haven't made a build around it after Breach update, so I'm not sure if it's still good or not, but it used to be one of my favorites. Then we got Cinder and Stone, Crushing Uppercut, Fire, Whirlwind, Eruption, and Channel. deal 40% heat damage on rune attack. Then we got 25% heat damage on parry. Then we got stagger resistance increased. So it's pretty nice to do a little secured on the staggering here. So here is what it looks like. Oh dang, that thing's pretty huge. I never even really used this weapon before. But anywho, here's its charge attack. Okay, it does not have a charge attack. And it's, dang, that's pretty slow. But here's its full combo. Takes up a lot of stamina to swing this thing. Alright, let's see its X move. Okay, that is a very slow wind up. It's going to be risky to use that. Here's its Y. Alright, and you can control the direction of that. Pretty nice. Let's see its B. Okay, I have seen this move before. I know that's really strong if you build fire around it. And then chill. Sacrifice health for more focus. So, pretty basic stuff right there. Let's see if it has a running... Okay, it does. So you just do an overhead bonk. Pretty nice. I think if you commit to fire damage and burn buildup and stuff like that, I think this thing could do quite a lot of damage, actually. So, let's see the Corpse Smeared Blade. Okay, this is actually the first weapon I got. Got this right off of the first boss. So yeah, it's got Berserk Flurry, which is pretty good. It's got Slashing Spin, Scream, and Thorns. Thorns does like reflect damage. Gain Taint for 15 seconds after inflicting infection buildup, which is Plague, I believe. And it's got Lifesteal increased by 30% after tainted, and then max stamina increased 30% while tainted. And it's got Drain Health while tainted. So, it was actually kind of confusing. It says gain taint for 15 seconds after inflicting infection buildup. So I don't know if you have to invest into Plague for this to actually work. Not exactly sure here, but hold on. Oh, it already has Plague on it. Okay, I see. So anyway, here's its charge for running attack move. Here's its charge, and you can follow it up with another charge and a third charge. Okay, so it's got 3 charges. Pretty nice. Here's its regular attack pattern. Okay, very slow initial. Oh man, that is really slow. I wouldn't recommend the charge one. The running attack, I mean. Alright, so here's its X. Okay, that one's not bad. Here's its Y. That one's decent too. And then the Scream. That just pushes them back. And then we got Thorns. So when enemies hit you, they're going to take some damage back. So you can definitely use the Thorns for like a reflect build. So, let's check out... I think I'm done with that. But yeah, to trigger the taint, you just have to inflict buildup. So the more damage you have and the more plague buildup you have, you can get this taint effect a lot faster. So let's take that off. And then we got the Falling Sky. I have made a video on this. They nerfed the crap out of this Fallen Sky. They made a lot of changes to this, but I'll show you guys. So its damage increased 10% on current focus. I later found out that yes, it is exactly what it says, current focus. So if you have like 800 focus and it's filled up all the way, you're going to be doing all 10% of that. So the more focus you have, the more damage you're going to do. Gain 50% stamina on focus use. So that's alright. You can get your stamina back really quick. It's got Ice Sweep, Glacial Spike, Hail, and Blink. So this staff was a big time monster when the game first came out. One of the best weapons in the game. But anywho, here's its Ice Swipe. Here's the big ice crash here. Its AoE is actually a lot bigger than what it looks. And then we got the all-time favorite move, the ice spikes. And if you get the right distance on an enemy, you can all 5 of those ice spikes will home into the enemy. So it's pretty nice. And then we got our teleport, our blink. It's a nice weapon. Here's its regular running attack. See if it has a charge attack. Okay, no charge attack. And here's its regular attack pattern. And that's it. That is it for that. All around solid weapon. Still does a lot of damage. And let's cover the rings. So we got Battle Cry Ring, which spend health instead of focus, but you cannot lifesteal. So exactly what it says. And then we got the Ring of Determination. This is really nice. The lower your health is, the decrease on the focus cost is going to be on your rune skills. And this also has spend life instead of focus if the focus is not there. So it's kind of similar to this ring a little bit. And then we got the Scarlet Ring, which swaps out your max health and max focus. I don't exactly get this too much. I'm not sure if it's the enchantments that kind of swap out, like if you have like max health increased by 10% of max focus, if that swaps that all around. Not exactly sure. I haven't really experimented with it too much. And then we got the Serendipity Ring. So it's food healing is applied over time and healing increased 30%. This is actually really nice if you're going into a boss fight and you want to just have, and you can like pop a heal and then go and start hammering on the boss, and you can have that little bit of consistent healing over time effect. So pretty nice ring actually. But yeah, that is all the rings, and that's everything. And let me know what you guys think, what your guys' favorite is, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.